The Galactic Council gathered on the bright planet Vornax Prime, where hundreds of alien species met to talk about the growing human problem. The great hall was filled with deep voices, glowing eyes, and proud faces. At the center, the High Commander of the Zorath Empire laughed loudly. Humans, they are still building ships from metal and fire. They cannot even control half their own solar system. The others joined in his laughter. To them, Earth was nothing, just a small blue world filled with weak creatures trying to act strong. But far away, beyond the Council's reach, something was happening in the cold darkness of space. In a silent system with no sun, human ships worked day and night. Giant machines welded metal, sparks flying like tiny stars. Thousands of workers moved with one goal: to build something the galaxy had never seen before. Rumors started spreading through the trade routes. Some said humans were building a warship the size of a moon. Others said it was a bluff, just another human dream. But those who tried to spy on the humans never came back. In the council chambers, the aliens kept laughing. Even if they build a ship, what can they do? Throw rocks at us? But one silent observer, the ancient alien scholar Rethan, did not laugh. He looked up at the holographic stars and whispered, "Every time they say humans cannot do something, they end up doing it." The others ignored him. They didn't know that deep in the void, something massive was awakening, something that would soon make the whole galaxy stop laughing. The humans were building their answer, and it was almost ready. Far beyond the reach of any alien eyes, in a dead and forgotten system, thousands of human ships floated in silence. Broken asteroids surrounded them, glowing faintly under the light of human engines. In the center of that darkness stood a giant structure, Project Leviathan. It was not just a ship. It was a dream made of steel, fire, and human courage. Engineers in white suits worked without rest. Robots carried massive panels, fusing them together with bright blue light. Every sound echoed like thunder in the emptiness of space. Captain Arya Solon, commander of the project, stood on the main deck of the control station. Her eyes watched the massive hull forming in the distance, longer than a city, taller than any mountain on Earth. She whispered to herself, "They laugh because they don't understand. But they will." Every part of Leviathan was built in secret. Only the highest-ranking officers on Earth knew about it. No data, no signals, no transmissions were allowed to leave the system. Even their communication satellites were locked in code. A few alien scouts tried to enter the zone. They vanished. No debris, no trace, and just silence. That silence frightened the alien commanders, but they pretended not to care. Back on Earth, people lived normal lives, not knowing that their future was being forged in deep space. The workers called Leviathan the last hope. When Captain Arya received the final construction report, she smiled. The engines were almost ready. The reactor core pulsed like a beating heart. For the first time, she felt the ship's power. Strong, unstoppable, alive. The galaxy thought humans were quiet. But something was coming. Something that would make the stars themselves tremble. Weeks passed and the galaxy began to whisper. Traders spoke of strange signals coming from the edge of human space. Ships that flew too close never came back. Some said humans had built new weapons. Others said it was only human lies, tricks to look strong. To find the truth, the Vornax Alliance sent a scout fleet of 10 stealth ships. These ships were invisible to radar, built to sneak and spy. The alien pilots were proud. They believed no human ship could ever detect them. But as they entered the silent system, their scanners picked up something enormous. A shadow covered the stars, cold, still, and bigger than anything they had ever seen. "What is that?" one pilot whispered. The voice came shaking through the comms. Before they could send another signal, the stars flashed white. The ships vanished one by one. No explosion, no sound, just gone. The last message received by the Council was 3 words. "It sees us." When the message reached the Galactic Council, silence filled the chamber. For the first time, no one laughed. Admiral Korvax, leader of the alien fleet, slammed his clawed hand on the table. "Impossible. Humans do not have such power." But deep down, fear spread like fire. They remembered the missing scouts, the broken signals, the quiet zone that swallowed everything. Meanwhile, in the hidden system, Captain Arya stood before Leviathan's glowing core. The ship's sensors detected movement far away. The scout ships had been vaporized by its defense grid before they could even see the full ship. Arya didn't smile. She simply said, "They were warned." Outside, Leviathan's engines came alive again, lighting up the darkness like a new star. The first encounter had begun. The galaxy could no longer stay quiet. The loss of 10 elite scout ships was an open insult to the Vornax alliance. Every alien leader demanded answers. How could a small race like humans destroy such advanced ships? It was impossible. Or so they thought. Admiral Korvax gathered a massive fleet at the border of human space. Thousands of alien warships waited in formation, their engines glowing red. From orbit, they looked like a burning storm ready to strike. On the human side, silence. No response. No movement. Only the blackness of space. Then, the stars began to disappear. One by one, light faded behind a shadow. Something massive was moving. The alien scanners went wild. Readings were off the scale. And then they saw it. The Leviathan emerged from the dark. A ship so huge that even the biggest alien dreadnought looked like a toy beside it. Its armor shimmered like liquid metal. Blue energy pulsed across its surface, lighting up the void. It moved slowly, like a sleeping god awakening. The alien commanders stared in shock. Some whispered prayers. Others shouted in disbelief. "This cannot be human technology," Korvax growled. "No species advances this fast." But there it was, in the proof of human will. A ship born not from wealth or empire, but from desperation and unity. A single transmission echoed through the alien fleet. The voice was calm, female, and human. "We asked for peace. You gave us mockery. This is our answer." The aliens froze. No one dared to move. The Leviathan opened its front gates, revealing a glowing energy core brighter than a sun. And in that moment, the galaxy realized humanity had built something far beyond war. They had built a warning. The silence after the transmission felt endless. Every alien ship floated frozen, their weapons locked but unmoving. The commanders hesitated, fear and disbelief clashing in their minds. Then Admiral Korvax roared, "Fire everything!" The sky exploded. Thousands of plasma beams, missiles, and energy bursts rushed toward the Leviathan. The storm of light was so bright that nearby moons glowed. But when the fire cleared, the human ship was still there, untouched. Leviathan's shields shimmered like waves in the ocean, absorbing the attacks as if they were nothing. Then slowly its engines flared blue. A deep sound echoed through the void, the heartbeat of the ship. "Return fire," Captain Arya ordered. Her voice was calm, almost cold. A single beam of white light burst from Leviathan's core. It sliced through space, hitting the lead alien cruiser. The cruiser vanished in an instant. No wreckage, no explosion, only silence. The rest of the fleet panicked. Smaller human ships, fast, sleek fighters, emerged from Leviathan's hangars. They moved like flashes of light, weaving between enemy fire with impossible speed. Alien ships tried to retreat, but the humans were faster, sharper, smarter. One by one, the mighty Vornax fleet began to fall apart. The battlefield turned into chaos. Flames, wreckage, and broken signals everywhere. Inside the command bridge, Arya watched quietly. "End it," she said. Leviathan's final pulse erupted, a massive wave of energy that spread across space, disabling every enemy system. Engines died. Weapons failed. The battle was over. The aliens drifted helplessly in the silence, staring at the human supercarrier glowing in the distance. The same species they once mocked now ruled the stars. And for the first time the galaxy bowed its head in respect and in fear. The battlefield was silent now, a graveyard of broken ships and drifting debris. The stars glowed faintly through the smoke of war. Leviathan floated in the middle, calm and unshaken, its metallic hull shining like a monument of victory. Captain Arya Solon stood before the main screen, watching the alien vessels surrender one by one. The proud fleets of Vornax had fallen quiet. No one spoke. No one dared. For the first time in history, the galaxy had seen what humans were truly capable of. Arya didn't smile. Her eyes were heavy with both pride and sorrow. "It's over," her second officer said softly. "No," Arya replied. "It's just beginning." News of the battle spread faster than light. Across the galaxy, species that once laughed at humans now spoke their name with awe and fear. Traders whispered, The humans built a god. Soldiers said, they tamed the void. Even the Council on Vornax erased all jokes about Earth from their records. But humanity did not celebrate like conquerors. The leaders of Earth made a choice. Leviathan would not become a weapon of destruction but a guardian of peace. It would watch the borders not to rule but to protect. Years passed. The ship became legend, a myth that children of every species heard before sleep. Some said it still moved silently through the stars, keeping watch over distant worlds. On the control deck, Captain Arya recorded her final message.